Hello, this is Sir Green Thumb and welcome to my tutorial on how to make a lighting mod using FO4edit. In my first video I showed how to go into the game and adjust the HDR and Bloom settings to your liking. However, by doing that method you will override the defaults and use one template for the whole game. The way the game works is it will load different templates in for different time frames, weather patterns, and areas of the game. So by using my first method, you're going to be losing out a little bit. And I want to show you how to make this mod to do it the right way. So you download FO4edit, extract it with 7-zip, rename the test5edit.exe to FO4edit.exe. Then you want to run it with administrator privileges. It's going to ask you to open the Fallout4.esm, hit OK. That's where all the game's configurations are stored. So you want to expand the Fallout4.esm tree here. And there's thousands of things in here that you can change, which is why I wanted to make this tutorial so that you wouldn't have to go hunting for everything. I can show you where everything's at. The first thing I want to show you here is image space. And these are all the different image spaces for the game, for different time frames, weather patterns, and areas. So if you click on one, you can see the HDR and Bloom settings here. Just if you were to be in the game and you do a PHP for print HDR parameters, it will show you these numbers. Except for the game will call these two values Target Luminence instead of receive Bloom threshold and white. So what you want to do is you want to locate world space and figure out which area of the game that you want to edit. We'll start with Commonwealth. You check which climate the Commonwealth is using. It's using default climate. So you scroll up to climate, and then you look for default climate. And then on default climate shows you all the different weather types and the chances to roll them as it goes to the time frames. It also shows timings for sunrise and sunset. This is for the tint though, this is not associated with the image spaces. I searched everywhere through this ESM trying to find where the time frames were that are associated with the image spaces, and I couldn't do it. So I made a schedule. I went ahead and monitored in the game and I made my own schedule and I posted that in the comments section so you can refer to that whenever you're doing your mod. So we're going to start with Commonwealth Clear. So you scroll all the way down for the weather type, Commonwealth Clear. You want to look under Weather. You find Commonwealth Clear. And then you're going to want to scroll all the way down until you see a pack of words. Here they are. Image spaces. And here are all the image spaces for Commonwealth Clear. So here's what's going to happen. It's going to start out at day at 7:30 a.m. and it'll load all the settings for day. And then at 5 it's going to move into dusk. It'll start at dusk E for dusk early, and it'll load these settings. It will try to transition into them, and it probably won't make it there because at a hour and a half game time, it's going to transition out of dusk E and into dusk. And then an hour and a half game time later it will transition into dusk L. So it probably won't make these numbers that you set in here, but it's going to try. And then at 9:30 then it will transition to night, which it'll last till 3 and then go into the dawns. So what you want to do is we wanted to say we think the days are too bright for a clear day in the Commonwealth. So we look for Commonwealth Clear, and remember this weather pattern here too, because this is how we're going to force weathers in the game. So then we determine what all the image spaces are used in Commonwealth Clear, and then we scroll up to the image space section and we find them here. So if I go to edit clear day, it's not going to work, because if you look over here it's using clear day May 19th for some reason. None of the others are using May 19th, just that one. So you just got to make sure you're editing the right file. So we're going to click on clear day May 19th, and then we want to edit these values. What you want to do is you want to right click on this. You want to go down to copy as override into. Right click on whichever value here you want to edit. Hit yes, I'm absolutely sure. Select a new file. Name your file. call it my mod. And it's asking you if you want to use the Fallout4.esm as the master, and hit yes. So here's your new file, and these will be the settings that we change. The ones over here we'll never tamper with, so we'll always have our master. Now we want to figure out what settings we want to change into here. So what we do is we go into the game, and we load up. Okay, so we have Commonwealth. Okay, we're in the Commonwealth and we're in the daytime. Let's see, it's 9:22. So what we'll do is, let's make it get directly overhead. So I'm going to pass time. Use the tilde key and you can bring open the console, and then use pass time. I'm going to make a couple of hours go by. So it's 11:22. And we can look at it, and it's very bright. I want to make this darker. Okay, so I'm going to do a PHP that prints HDR parameters. Here they all are. Then an SHP to set them. Now right here, you're going to want to enter them all in the order they are printed. So there's 9 values. They have to be entered in as decimals. And they have to be separated by commas. I'm going to go ahead and change some of these values. Raise bloom threshold up to 1. I'm going to take bloom scale down to 1.1. I'll leave the first target luminance the same. I'm going to lower the second target luminance to 1. I'll leave sky scale the same. And I'm going to raise sunlight scale. I'm going to leave the same, and I'm going to raise sky scale to 3. Okay, so there we go. There's my new settings. So you want to tinker around with these settings and get it to look exactly how you want. Once you figure out which numbers you want, then you go here and you plug them all in. And these two things are the main ones that I'm going to edit for now. You want to hit Control S to save. You're saving it to my mod. Done saving. Always make sure it says that, so that you know that it worked. Okay, so next, say we have a guff with how bright these stormy nights are, and we think that they should be darker. So what we want to do is, now we've already checked Commonwealth and we know it uses the default climate. So we'll click up here on default climate, and we want to figure out which weather pattern it uses for the rain. It's using Commonwealth rain. So then we go all the way down to weather right here, and we look for Commonwealth rain, and we record this weather pattern here because we want to make sure we use that to force the rain, so we know what it looks like. We're going to scroll all the way down here and figure out what the rain's image spaces are. Here they are. It's using CW rain May 12th for all of them. So you scroll up to image spaces. Here they all are. CW rain May 12th. So we want it at the night. CW rain night May 12th. Okay. So we go to our game and we open up. We want to make it get to night. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the console. I'm going to pass time and 12 hours to go by and make it night. Pretty bright for a night, in my opinion. So what we want to do is we want to do an FW for forced weather, and we want to force it to rain so we can look at what the rain looks like. Okay, so here's our rain. It's way too bright. So let's just tweak it. Let's figure out what we want. Actually, you can keep pushing up arrow until you find what you've typed before. It makes it a lot easier. So you can just adjust your values here and figure out what you like. Okay, there we go. It's nice and dark. Okay, so we figured out which values we wanted, and we're going to edit rain May 12th. So we're going to do a right click and do a copy as override into, and we want to select the same file here that we already made, because if we keep doing new files we're going to have a mess. So then we just go ahead and edit all this information here. Okay, everything else looks the same, so I'm going to do a Control S, and I'm going to save it. Done saving. Okay, I'm going to exit out. I'm going to exit out of everything, even the game. Now the next thing you need to do is you need to add your new mod file in. Now if you look in the games install folder into the data folder, you can see here where the Fallout4.esm file is, and it's also added in your new mod file, mymod.esp. The next thing we want to do is we want to add this into the text, the plugins.txt file, so that the game will know to load this. So to get there, I already created a shortcut, but to get there you go to Users, local disk C, Users, your username, app data, local, Fallout 4, and you can get to plugins.txt and open up the plugins.txt file, and you want to add in your mod. You want to type it in exactly, mymod.esp. That way when you load the game, it loads the master, and it'll also load this, and it's going to override the master with what you put in here. So I'm going to save it, relaunch the game, and let's see if my settings took effect. Another neat thing which I forgot to show you, when you're editing the Fallout4.esm file, you can look under the category called lights, and it will show you all of the lights that are in the game, and you can change all of their values, which makes it really cool. So there's just so much you can do with this. It's all in the matter of how much patience you want. And you can add it. You could just edit a few different image spaces for areas that you think are out of whack if you don't want the whole game to be changed. Or you can just do a certain time frame that you want. You know, so it's totally up to you. You can just do a little mod, or you can really go all out and edit all the image spaces and just really completely redo the lighting of the whole game, which is pretty fun. It's neat. I'm really enjoying this. I haven't even really played much yet. I just want to get the game looking the way I want perfectly before I start playing and investing all this time into it. Okay, so now here we are in the game. Let's see if it took my settings here. And it did. I raised that up to 36, and I took that down to 1. So that's cool. So it's definitely working for daytime. Let's see if my nighttime rainy works now. So I'm going to do a pastime. Let's make 14 hours go by. And we're in the middle of the night now. 11:21. Okay. It's very bright. It's a clear night. So it's hardly can tell it's nighttime. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to force rain to make sure that my new settings are taking effect properly. So 1CA 7E4. There. And force the rain. And look how dark that is. So it definitely is working. And we can check it, do a PHP. Okay, yes, it's using 1s there. All of those are 1s, so it's definitely working. And that's how you do it. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I thank you for watching.